Today on ELN Morning.
The strongest storm to hit in decades. How ELN students from Puerto Rico are coping with Hurricane Maria.
Revamp your resume. How to get yours to the top of the stack.
I like to say there are trials and triumphs, and that I know that defines my story.
Winning the crown. We found one ELN student who's not your average beauty queen.
All that and more.
ELN Morning starts right now. By a car this morning while crossing at the intersection of East Trollinger Avenue and North Williamson Avenue. This is right near the ELN post office. Town of ELN Police Cliff Parker says the pedestrian is conscious with no life-threatening injuries and is being treated at Alamance Regional Hospital. The driver told ELN News Network that, quote, she was crossing and it was too late, end quote, and that he's sorry. The driver did not want to release his name since he had not spoken to the police. He did say he's a Gibsonville resident, not a student.
And our Grace Morris is outside with more information on this breaking news story. Grace?
That's right, guys. I am out here on Citroen Plaza where I have a clear view of the intersection where the student was hit this morning. This is where the ambulances arrived to take her to the Alamance Regional Medical Center. And as you can see, traffic has cleared up right now, so the intersection is clear. We called university officials to see if they had any new information on who the student is, but they had no new information at this time. We'll keep you updated as this story develops. I'm Grace Morris, live on Citroen Plaza. Back to you guys in the studio.
And we'll keep you updated on this situation as we receive more information. But first, Puerto Rico is cleaning up this morning after a major hit from Hurricane Irma. Maria was classified as a Category 4 storm when it hit, the worst storm in nearly a century for the island. The hurricane brought winds as strong as 155 miles per hour and killed multiple people. According to the registrar, 16 ELN students are from Puerto Rico. One of the students is senior Sophia Wenzel, who says that she can't stop thinking about what's going on back home.
They can't use the kitchen. My mom just notified me that there's no water anymore, so they literally have to get shower with cups or glasses of water. There's no power still, so it's kind of like Mayday in a way.
All of Puerto Rico is still without power, and officials say it could be months until everyone has electricity again. Wenzel plans to organize a fundraiser with fraternities and sororities at ELN to help her hometown recover. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any effects of Maria, but it's too soon to tell. According to AccuWeather, the Carolinas and other northern states could see some rain from the storm. Now it's tomorrow, as I'm sure you know, first day of fall. Yeah. That's my favorite. My favorite. What's the word for that?
Season.
Oh my goodness, season. There you go.
It's a beautiful season. We're still seeing summer temperatures, which is lucky. I don't know if any rain's going to hit us yet. It's not likely, but we'll have to wait and see. Luckily, we have Grace Morris outside in Citroen Plaza with your 5-day forecast. Grace?
Thanks, guys. As of right now, we are not going to be seeing any rain from Hurricane Maria as it heads up the East Coast, but that is definitely subject to change. Today, it's very sunny outside. We've got highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s, and right now it is a very nice 66 degrees out here. It is a beautiful day, and it looks like the weather is going to be remaining pretty consistent throughout the week. We're only going to be seeing a little bit of cloud cover, but mostly sun for the entire week. It's going to be highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s all week, and dipping down a little bit over the weekend, but still staying in the 60s. We're going to be seeing more beautiful weather as we head into the last week of September. So keep your sunglasses nearby because we're looking to see some sunny weather. That's your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Live on Citroen Plaza, I'm Grace Morris. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, Grace.
It's been almost 6 months since North Carolina state leaders repealed House Bill 2, better known as the bathroom bill. The bill was signed last year by former Governor Pat McCrory and required people to use the bathroom aligning with the gender on their birth certificate. Speaking about that and much more, North Carolina Secretary of State Elaine Marshall was on campus last night to talk about the state of North Carolina's economy. On the subject of HB 2, Marshall says the repeal of the law has benefited the state.
As long as, economic recruiters are not using what happened here in North Carolina in the last year and a half as a wedge against us, that's good. And economic recruiters are telling me that they feel like the pressure is off.
Marsha also says she hopes students stick around after graduation to help the state.
And today is the second day of Rosh Hashanah, the start of the Jewish New Year. The holiday began last night at sundown, and the first of many worship services took place in the Newman Lumen's sacred space last night. These will continue throughout the 3 days of Rosh Hashanah. Interim Elon Hillel director Betsy Polk says holding services to celebrate the holiday is important to help Elon's Jewish community.
I think just the gathering of everyone together and using this beautiful space and just Elon's incredible support of the Jewish holidays and just the community coming together just to me are very Elon, very Elon-esque.
Rosh Hashanah ends tomorrow night at sundown. Hillel will hold services at 10 a.m. tomorrow in Newman Lumen.
In other religious holidays this week, Hindus celebrate Navratri, the festival of the Divine Mother, through worship rituals beginning today through the 29th. Today also marks the beginning of Al-Hijra, the Islamic New Year. Muslims celebrate today as the day the Prophet Muhammad arrived in Medina, establishing the first Muslim community based in Islamic teachings. The holiday lasts until mid-October. Elon is not holding any events for these holidays, but is planning to hold events for next week in a celebration of Eid al-Adha.
And there's even more happening this month. September is National Self-Care Awareness Month. With homework and projects piling up, now is the perfect time to celebrate this holiday. Elon's Health and Wellness Clinic over on South Campus takes various services to students for a small fee. Yoga is one exercise proven to help alleviate stress. The Wellness Clinic leads a yoga class every Monday and Wednesday. You can take gentle yoga on Mondays at 12:30 or regular yoga on Wednesdays also at 12:30. If yoga isn't your thing, you can also try exercise classes, massage therapy, or experiment with healing touch therapy. A full calendar along with a more detailed description of services and the ability to schedule an appointment can be found on the wellness website, elon.edu/wellness.
Also being celebrated, National Hispanic Heritage Month. El Centro de Español is hosting events until the celebration ends on October 15th. Tonight, El Centro is teaming up with Elon's women's soccer to host Latin Night at Rudd Field for tonight's game against UNC Wilmington. Rudd Field will be full of Latin music along with food and festivities. Spanish-speaking PA announcers will call the game from the press box, and fans will get games updates on Twitter in both English and Spanish. To track the coverage of tonight's game, follow Elon News Network on Twitter at SportsENN.
And construction, and soon to be even more construction. Our Zach Hernick has more on Elon's newest project.
Just a few feet away from the expansion of the Alumni Center and across the street from the new business school, Belk Library, or Club Belk as some students know it, is gearing up for a facelift. A small sign inside Belk Library is letting visitors know that changes are coming.
I mean, I've been here for a little over 5 years, and we've been talking about this for at least that long.
Dean and University Librarian Joan Ruel recognizes university libraries need to keep up in the technology age.
We know that text print books don't have the importance they once had, so that's why we've built a lot of electronic collections that students can access from wherever they are, whether they're across campus or across the globe, but trying to figure out how do we create space where students can come and get work done, regardless of what kind of work it is. So it's been a dream for a long time, and then we found a generous family that helped us make it possible.
The Konigsberger family has donated $5 million for the new 11,000 square foot facility. Before we know it, another fence will be put up, the windows behind me will be boarded, and the area I'm standing in right now will no longer be an open field.
There will be another entrance that will face Inman Admission Center. So when people are bringing prospective students to campus and they are doing the tour, they can go straight from the Welcome Center into the library.
The Konigsberger Learning Center will feature an area where multiple campus organizations like academic advising and disability services can be housed under one roof. Changes will also be coming to the second floor of Belk.
The tutoring center will move up there, so you'll see more of that student-friendly kind of furniture rather than stacks of DVDs.
With the expected opening time to be fall of 2018, Ruel says the construction is set to begin any day now. Zach Hernick, ELN Morning.
The construction will take over the visitor parking lot at the back of the library.
If you don't have a car on campus, it's time to get to know the BioBus. Our Elizabeth Bilka has everything you need to know about the BioBus in this week's 4 Things to Know.
You are here, but maybe you want to get away from the ELN bubble or just make it back to Danley without walking. Enter the BioBus, ELN's transit system which provides transportation for ELN students, faculty, staff, and community members. Here are 4 things you need to know. First, it's free. All 6 routes cost absolutely nothing. Second, the BioBus has 6 different routes. The Danley Center tram heads to multiple stops around the Danley neighborhood, as well as Colonnades Dining Hall. The West Line stops at off-campus apartments on the west side of ELN, as well as the softball field and Arts West. The 2 outer loops head to the east side of ELN to apartments and the physical therapy school. University Drive Line takes you to University Commons and Alamance Crossing in Burlington, where you can do your shopping. And finally, the Burlington Loop stops at different volunteer locations, stores, and other places in downtown Burlington. The third thing to know is the schedule changes between the weekday and weekend, and the buses take breaks throughout the day to give drivers a rest. To find out the different schedules and break times, here's the last thing you need to know. All information about the BioBus can be found on ELN's website. Simply search ELN BioBus and you can check schedules, break times, and even track the next 2 buses from the stop you're at for all 6 lines. Now, go hop on that bus, ELN. With your 4 things to know, Elizabeth Bilka, ELN Morning.
Coming up, while many participate in sports like soccer and football in high school, one ELN student found something a little more royal.
And we have freshman class president Cameron Waddell live in the studio with his plans for the future.
Welcome back to ELN Morning, and he hasn't even been here for a month and he's already making a name for himself. We have ELN Student Government Association freshman class president Cam Waddell here to talk to us about the next year. Cam, thanks so much for being here this morning. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So as you may have heard earlier this morning, earlier in their show, ELN student was hit by a car.
Yeah.
So as I know your first year, this happened earlier last year, my first year here. Not the first time this has happened. What do you plan on tackling this in your presidency? How do you plan on handling this?
So I mean, I just heard of this. It's an absolutely awful situation, and I'm sure student government and myself, we're going to work together to kind of release a statement and make sure that the student knows that we're there with them, and kind of, if this is a reoccurring issue, kind of look at why this keeps happening, hopefully, and maybe make sure this doesn't happen in the future.
Right. Yeah, and you did have a wide range of issues on your campaign platform. What are the top ones of those you want to tackle?
So definitely, I think the first thing is just bringing us together. I think that's just the building block of kind of everything going forward. I think bringing us together, building a community is the first step, and then going forward, tackling other issues and tackling, more problems that are here on campus can happen. But the first thing is really just bringing us together.
Yeah, and I saw something about late night food on there.
Yeah,
it's a really important issue for me.
Already working on it.
Okay, good. Good to know. All right. Well, thanks so much, Cam, for being here today. We really appreciate it. I know it's early in the morning, but we appreciate you coming here.
Now, while Cameron is just getting used to being front and center, our Emily Harrison found one ELN freshman who is no stranger to the spotlight.
Reach for my hand. Meet Michaela Jacobs, your not-so-typical pageant queen. She decided to enter a beauty pageant on a whim at 17 and won on a national level.
There is that initial moment of, oh my goodness, is this me? Did this really just happen? And just utter elation and sheer joy. And I still can't believe it.
After winning the 2016 Miss America Teen Competition, she went on to claim her current title of Miss Florida USA. But Jacob says it hasn't been all roses and tiaras.
I like to say there are trials and triumphs, and that I know that defines my story, that I've had so many trials in my life leading up to this point.
Trials such as scoliosis. Jacobs was first diagnosed her freshman year of high school and was told not to dance in the talent competition.
When I was diagnosed, initially I was told that I shouldn't dance, that it wasn't healthy for me, that it wasn't recommended, but it was my passion, and how could I walk away from that?
But Jacobs has used this experience to influence others.
Now I can encourage other girls that are facing issues of their own, whether it is with a health issue like scoliosis or a mental issue that they're facing or whatever it might be, that there is hope for them, that they can overcome it. And that they can be the best versions of themselves too.
And she uses it to inspire herself.
It really just taught me that the only thing holding me back is myself, that my fears can't stifle my passions. And once I was able to overcome those and then win that national title, the sky was truly the limit.
Emily Harrison, ELN Morning.
Jacobs is taking a break from pageants while she gets her degree and pursues musical theater, but her ultimate goal is to one day be Miss America.
Usually it's more like, how can I get started on this paper? Where can
Coming
I go
up on
with
ELN
what the
Morning,
teacher
it's
has
never
for the
too early to
rubric?
start looking for that job. How to make your resume better than the rest.
And we have a live musical performance to get your morning off to a great start. One ELN alum is making fetch happen. Class of 2011 alumna Barrett Wilbert Weed is no stranger to the Broadway stage, and now she's taking on a new role. This spring, Weed will be playing the role of Janice on Tina Fey's rendition of Mean Girls in New York City. This is not Weed's first time taking the Broadway stage. She made her debut in Lestrada Jones in 2011, right after graduation. She also performed at a number of off-Broadway shows before landing the role of Janice. You can catch Mean Girls hitting the stage in March of 2018.
And one thing Weed probably had to do to get on Broadway, that's make a resume. I looked into how you can put together the perfect resume. According to CareerBuilder.com, the average employer sees about 75 resumes for each open position. Needless to say, your resume can be the difference between getting the job or having it thrown in the trash. Here are some tips from ELN Student Professional Development Center to get your resume at the top of the stack. First, describe accomplishments, not responsibilities. Instead of reciting what you were required to do at your previous job, show off what made you better than the rest. Did you direct customer service, or did you lead a team of customer service personnel to handle customers in a professional and personable way? Second, gear your resume toward the specific position. If your major has a creative component like communications or performing arts, add some color to your resume to show that you can think outside the box. If your major is more straightforward like business or political science, make your resume clear and easy to read. And finally, make sure you continue to update your resume constantly. A resume is not a one-and-done job. Don't wait until a job interview because you never know when you might meet a potential employer. Follow these tips and you can turn that piece of paper into a work of art.
Liam, is your resume up to date?
I think I need to follow my own advice, maybe later today.
Yeah.
Well, while you're working on your resume, you might want to get started on that paper. If you're looking for some help on how to get started or how to organize your paper, head to the Writing Center. The Writing Center allows students to bring in a piece of writing for any course. ELN Jr. Peter Connolly explains what a typical session looks like.
Usually it's more like, how can I get started on this paper? Where can I go with what the teacher has for the rubric? What are some moves I can make within the outline that I already have? And for kids who do bring in more completed work, a lot of it's organization.
Some professors offer credit for a visit to the Writing Center. To make an appointment at either the main location in Belk Library or satellite locations in the Quarry Business School and in Mosley, go to elon.edu/writing center. After the break, Connor and Komodo are here live in the studio to debut their new song.
So Megan, how is your semester going so far? I need to know everything.
It's been great.
Yeah.
I've been super busy, a lot of classes. I have 4 classes going on. I have all the organizations, and you just remind me I do need to update my resume, so I need to make an appointment with SPDC.
Yeah, well listen, I just did a whole story about how you can update it, so make sure you go home and watch that after the show.
Absolutely.
Lots of good tips in there, in my opinion anyway. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Never too late to get started. I'm a junior, you're a sophomore, so you have a little more time.
I have a little more time, but still, it's pressure. Yeah. So,
all right. Well, we're joined now by ELN seniors Casper and Komodo. They're going to debut their brand new song here on ELN Morning called Just Watch. Hey guys, so what was the inspiration behind the song for you guys?
We actually just went to LA, and so we were creating a lot of music, a lot of video work out there, collaborating with a lot of students that were in LA with us, and so we just kind of wanted to show that off and just kind of say, just watch, we're about to blow up.
Just watch us accomplish,
Yeah.
our goals. That's all it's about.
Really awesome.
Yeah, and so you're both seniors, right?
That's right.
So what's after graduation, after May?
LA.
Yeah,
all right.
We're planning to move out together to LA.
Good.
Follow the dream,
Yeah, we both got a job after, so just going to work.
All right.
Yeah.
And any what's in the works in terms of next music that's coming out?
We got a joint project coming out. We have a new music video for the song we're about to perform coming out soon.
I just dropped the EP on Tuesday.
All right, check that out.
All right.
SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, it should be there soon.
Yeah.
So,
My Instagram's at iWilliamH, or it's at Komodo, the producer now.
Okay.
So
All right,
in case anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah, and when does that music video drop for you guys?
Undetermined.
Yeah.
Undetermined?
We'll keep you updated.
All right, we'll be on the lookout.
Yeah, we'll look out for that, right? All right, so before we let you guys wrap up our show, thank you so much for joining us today on ELN Morning. And for all the news you need to know when you're not on the air, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Elon News Network.
And check out our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
Have a great day, Elon. And guys, you can take it away.
Thank you.
Did it.
All right.
So determined to turn into something great.
Learn how to burn rubber, leave them in the dust.
Just like I'm running late when I was 18.
Drafted to the A-team. Who they call them when they don't know how to do it, make it seem
So easy peasy.
Please excuse me about to demonstrate.
I'm serving food for
So
thought.
I hope you brought the dinner plate. I'm never late for the discussion. No break, I'm busting. Weight on my shoulders, I carry that like it's nothing. I got me a voice and I'ma speak and I bet they listen. People change on you like they mistaken you penny pinching. Soon as you get $1, they hollering at your doorstep. Girls chasing after attention cause I got more rep. Walking on eggshells, it's time to shine. I practice so much, the grind like a muscle memory. It's vital you remember me cause when it's all said and done, trying to let them know that I'm the chosen one.
Yeah, for real, I'm independent, no deal. I'm about to rack up these bills. Hey, just watch. Hey, just watch. That's how I'm feeling. Just watch. Hey, just watch. That's how I'm feeling. Just watch. I make sure that my verse remembered, so they come back like a first offender. This is gospel, y'all church attenders, and the beat colder than the worst Decembers. Boy, I pull up in a hearse, zooted, fly it in the bird, Cupid. Spit gold bars, do some research, stupid. Trust my gut, man. If I have a urge, do it. Yeah, cause that's just how I live my life. Man, it's the Nike slogan when I give advice. South, everybody might be holding, yo, it's slippery ice. Everybody got a toy like it's Fisher Price. We need to go back to going Kimbo Slice. Cajun for land, I got the triple spice. You know they play what I'm saying, that's cause I'm spitting nice. Listen, man, I'm lyrically when it hit the fan. You ever heard something murderous when I'm spitting, fam? Probably not, cause your ears were bleeding, you switch your pants. You was gonna change the song, I just fixed your plans. My boy like, man, just chill, I'm spitting Xanax pills. On the phone, home alone, Texas lady come and get some chromosomes. Flyer than the drum, they flown to find the dang Owens on. Yeah, and every new record, next most classic. That's cause I'm getting busier than West Coast traffic, and I'm out. For real, independent, no deal. About to rack up these bills, they just watch. Hey, just watch, that's how I'm feeling, just watch. Hey, just watch, that's how I'm feeling, just watch. Casper Komodo, hey, just watch. Hey, just watch. That's how I'm feeling. Just watch. Hey, just watch. That's how I'm feeling. Just watch.
That was really awesome. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah.